got the Kelly Cougars here today.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome inside Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of Norwich Free Academy for tonight's ECC basketball matchup between the New London Whalers and the Norwich Free Academy Wildcats. High above courtside, I'm Mike O'Farrell. I'm joined once again by my partner in the short term, Chris Juicy, the coach, and we are thrilled to share that NFA Basketball on YouTube is presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. We're grateful to have all three aboard this season. Coach, this is our first time seeing the girls in action, and they've got their work cut out for them tonight in this matchup of first-year coaches, Keoka Mars-Garrick for New London, and your guy, Wes Murphy, for the Wildcats. What should we be expecting tonight?
Well, certainly New London comes in as the favorite on paper. They have a better record, and they have two outstanding guards in Nariah Dudley and Jadalise Rivera, so NFA will have their hands full containing those two guards. But NFA might be the deeper team, and if they can put it all together tonight, I think the Wildcats have the parts in place to pull off the upset.
Wow, I like that. I like that. We're going to get into some more details in a minute, but first, just some words from our sponsors. First of all, Dime Bank. Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking lives here. For more than 120 years, Norwich Public Utilities has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year. You can always count on NPU. NPU is excited to sponsor NFA basketball this season. Go Wildcats. And now you mentioned the record. So New London comes in 9-3, and the Wildcats come in 5-8. These teams did meet earlier in the year, more than a month ago now, December 19th in New London. That was a lopsided game. The Whalers win 51-24. But I think you're right. New London's got 8 kids on the books, and right now we're seeing 6 on the floor. We do have a deeper bench. How do you control arguably the best backcourt in the ECC?
With defense and attention to detail. It's the little things, Mike. We talk about that a lot off the air. You can't be good at the big things until you're good at the little things. And slowly but surely, Coach Murphy, the lethal lefty, has had his team getting better at the little things, ball fakes, taking care of the basketball, getting back on defense, keeping the ball in front of you, limiting teams to one shots, the little things. Now, they're going to have to score. You can't, as you've heard me say many times on broadcasts, you can't play great defense, kick a field goal at the end and win the game. You're going to have to score, but the little things will keep them in the game.
Unless you're the New England Patriots.
Well, not in basketball, but
no.
In football you could do that, but in basketball you can't do that.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned the scoring. So NFA comes in averaging 43 points a game and giving up 49. Our lowest output of the year was 24 against New London, and our highest was 61 against Bacon. On the New London side of things, they come in scoring 51 per game and giving up 37.5. So somewhere, there's something in the middle. But you refer to Coach Murphy as the lethal lefty. Now, I know you have a past with both of these coaches. So what kind of insight can you share with us about the two leaders of tonight's teams?
Outstanding human beings, first and foremost. Start with Keoka over there on the New London bench. Pride of North Stonington, a great all-state player out of Wheeler High School, went on to play at the University of Hartford for Coach Jen Rosati, was a teammate of our former coach, Courtney Gomez.
When it was Division I, right?
That's right,
yeah.
That's right. And coached many years with the Connecticut Storm AAU teams, which I was a part of. We coached together 1 year for one team, high school age team. It was a fun summer that we spent together coaching that team, and she was an assistant for many years for Paula Solar, your former teacher down there at Stonington. So she's learned a lot from Coach Solar, and now in her first year, not surprised to see all the success that she's having early on. She also has an outstanding assistant in Jada Lucas, who actually played for Connecticut Storm, played for me for a summer in AAU, and she was also a University of Hartford Division I scholarship player and former New London star. So they have a great young coaching staff there. Over on the Wildcats side, the lethal lefty once hit 7 3-pointers in a double L state tournament game here against Staples. Just an outstanding Wildcat, graduate of 2009, played on an NFA basketball team coached by Neil Curlin. I was the assistant that went to the state quarterfinals. We lost to the eventual state champ Bridgeport Central that year. Wes went on to play for the pride of Bangor, Maine,
the Husson Eagles.
Husson Eagles. Had a nice college career. And now he's back home here in Norwich, a teacher at the Middle School Teachers Memorial, where he also went to school. And he's doing a great job with this team. His first season, he had big shoes to fill with Courtney Gomez, a legendary coach and player here. But he's doing a great job with a young team. He's got a lot of youth on this team. So whatever we see tonight, they're all coming back for the most part next year. So, and then he's got a great young staff highlighted by an NFA Supreme Royalty and Sabria Outlaw, who was all-state in volleyball and basketball, and went on to play college basketball at Central on a scholarship.
Supreme Royalty.
Yeah, Supreme Royalty, the queen, Sabria. You'll see her out there tonight coaching it up. So 2 young staffs, girls play hard. Man, this is going to be a fun game tonight, Mike.
You know, I think what's you talk about the youth movement. I mean, there was a huge graduation loss last year for this team, and then a transfer. So when we meet the starters coming up in just a little bit, Coach Murphy is putting out 2 juniors, 2 sophomores, and a senior. And so I think that speaks to exactly what you were talking about. And I think depending, I know he's dealing with a couple of illnesses tonight as well, but he's also got a sophomore that's going to come off the bench that played for New London last year, Jazine Torres. And not even forgetting to mention Kendall McCrae, also a sophomore who can shoot, from the other side of the gym. So I think the youth movement is definitely something to keep an eye on here for the Wildcats. Interesting note that I just learned today that you mentioned Coach Mars Garrick having worked for Paula Solar. Paula is 3 wins away from 500.
Wow.
3 wins away.
Yeah, just a legend. And I know that you had her. You had her as a teacher.
She taught me how to play pickleball in 1986.
You had her as a teacher, and I've worked many years in the girls' side of things. Observing her, and she's just a true credit to female sports in the area.
So when we talk about the record 9-3, so the Whalers have wins over Killingly, NFA earlier in the year, twice over Wyndham, Ridgefield, East Lyme, Albany, Fitch, and Bacon. Their 3 losses are to Woodstock, St. Joseph, and I think the team that's is the one to beat in the ECC right now is Ledyard. The Wildcats 5-8, wins over Bacon 2 times, Killingly, Wyndham, and Stonington. And then losses to New London, Fitch, Newtown, Mercy, Daniel Hand, Fairfield, Ludlow, East Lyme, and Woodstock. So when you look at those losses, I mean, like usual, this girls' team plays a stacked schedule.
Yeah, no bad losses there, and unfortunately, you're going to have a stacked schedule when you're a double L school. And the good news for Coach Murphy, both good and bad news, is Division I for girls basketball. There's no requirement on the amount of wins you need to qualify. So they're already qualified for the state tournament no matter what happens the rest of the season.
Well, that's good to know because I actually did not know that. I thought we still needed 3 more to get in.
That's why I'm here, Mike. Just the little things, Mike. It's the little things.
I don't know how I'm going to survive in 2 more days.
Well, you got Anthony Menard. We'll talk about him tomorrow, the legend of East Hartford.
So starting for New London, number 1, Nyara Dudley. Number 2, Jay Delise Rivera. Those are the 2 to watch. Arguably the best backcourt in the ECC. Number 3, Mari Pacheco. Number 10, Joy Schneider. And number 25, Kamaya Willis. Now you talk about young kids. I mean, New London starting 3 juniors and 2 seniors. So there's no shortage of youth on that team as well. For the Wildcats, we've got number 2, Savannah Guernsey, a junior. Number 4, Jada Harris, a junior. Number 20, Ori Pescatello. She's a sophomore. 21, Sophie Miners, a senior. And number 25, Liv Lois, a sophomore. And I think we are about to get the national anthem. We are, and we are continuing our tradition with having NFA students perform the anthem. Tonight's performer is Chloe Shoemaker, and we will be back after Chloe's version. Great job, NFA senior Chloe Shoemaker. Again, thanks to the great Dr. Daly for organizing the, we all love to hear Bob Maloff sing, but not every night. So, what needs to happen in the first 2 minutes for the Wildcats in this game?
I just think you don't want this to become a up and down game early on. You want to control tempo. I think the worst case scenario is you turn the ball over a few times and New London gets breakaway layups uncontested. You want to make New London work for everything they get. If they're going to beat you tonight, make them have to take and make tough shots all night long, which they might very well be able to do, but at least you can put your head on the pillow and say, you know, we did our best defensively.
Now, you will know this, and I am woefully unprepared because I should know this, but Nyara Dudley's sister, Nalise, where did she go?
Sacred Heart.
Thank you. I knew it. I knew you'd have it right there. So we are going to have Ori Pescatello is jumping up against Joy Schneider. And the tip is controlled by New London. We're in their black and green. Wildcats in the home whites.
Wildcats opening up in the 3-2 zone.
Jada Lease talking about, oh, there we go. Alternating possession on the first play of the game. Now, is the lethal lefty going to go right out there and jump up? I think he wanted to. Oh, nice move by the official.
I love that. I love that.
He did not hesitate. Because last game, I thought Wes was going to have to come out and do it. Great move there. Possession went to the Wildcats. They have yet to switch it at the table, so we'll be mindful of that when it matters. And Ori Pescatello, the first bucket of the game.
Great pass from Sophie. 3/4 of the court on a dime. Great catch and finish from Ori.
Sophie's going to do a lot of things tonight that won't make it in the proverbial box score, but an essential part of this team. That's Mari Pacheco, number 3. This is Willis. Getting jammed up by Harrison Minor. Ball's going to kick out. Dudley, long range, in and out. Willis spending a lot of time in the lane and gets the first bucket. Reminding me of Kiani Allgood under there.
Good defense by the Wildcats, but you got to get that defensive rebound, limit the Whalers to one shot.
I got to think Willis is going to play the same role that Allgood used to play and just camp down on the block and make that her mission.
Oh, that was a missed call, I think, there. The official, he's going to say that it was never deflected, but they called backcourt. Looked like Jada Lee shot the gap and got her fingertips on that pass. Shouldn't have been backcourt.
He might have been gassed from going up to get that ball. And they still have not switched the arrow, so we'll see what happens when that comes up the first time. Willis to Rivera. Jada Lee's double dribble carry, something there, turnover Whalers, Wildcat basketball.
Yeah, she's very good at head faking. She doesn't even have to shot fake. She head fakes. Looks like she's going to start her jump shot, gets the defender to stand up, and she goes right by him. That time got caught with the carry.
Bialois finds Minor. Sophie loses the handle, recovers. This is Pescatello looking for help. Can't get it to Guernsey. Ball is loose. Two Wildcats run together, and that equals a travel. Just about 2 minutes gone, 6:05 left, tied at 2.
Yeah, New London style, man-to-man, in your face, creating pressure situations for the Wildcats.
You can feel it, right? When New London's playing defense, I think you can feel it. It just creates chaos a little bit. Dudley, Rivera. Oh, sorry, that was Pacheco. Rebound to Schneider, no good on the follow. Bialois, nice pass to Pescatello. She can't hold on to it. Back the other way.
Some people say that's not a bad turnover. Because
every turnover's bad.
Yeah, I know. I'm explaining that sometimes when you're in transition, you take that chance to go over the top. If it goes out on the baseline, at least you could set up your defense. It's not the worst turnover in the world. It's not a live ball turnover.
Fair. Rivera directing signals, top of the key. Pescatello out on her. Long and lanky, and the kid can run for days.
And weeks. And months.
And still more. Shot clock is in single digits. Dudley's going to go off the glass, no good, but she will get 2 at the line with that foul on Savannah Guernsey for the Wildcats. The first foul in tonight's contest.
So far, New London has been settling for threes, 0 of 3 from beyond the arc, and now 0 of 1 from the charity stripe.
Mayara Dudley, she's a senior, leader of the team.
And always sports that colorful hair, signature since she was a freshman.
Her sister had a little bit of it too, I believe. Ball's loose after missing 2. It's going to be a tie-up, and here's where we're going to see what's going to happen, because this should be New London's basketball. Right? Am I wrong?
No, I think they won the tip, Mike.
Yeah, but the ball that the ref took down, wouldn't that have been alternating possession?
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
Why it went to us?
That's right.
Yeah,
You're
so
right.
it never switched.
No, that's right. That's right.
So the Wildcats gaining an extra possession here, which we'll take. Guernsey, speaking of take, 3-pointer, no good. Battle for it underneath, going to go to the Whalers. Pescatello at the head of this pressure. Right to Dudley in the center. Mayara pulls up from the free throw line, no good. Bialois pulls down a rebound. Looking for help, finds Guernsey. Guernsey draws the foul on Jada Lease, who does not like that.
So we talked about the little things, Mike, early in the game. What you just saw from Liv Bialois, just such a progression in her development. Didn't panic, got the rebound. They took away the outlets. So she said, I'm going to just dribble it up myself.
Nice pass there by Bialois. Guernsey can't convert. I would say there are 2 pieces right there that show her development. Dudley wild, no go, but there's going to be a foul on the floor. It's going to be on Liv. That's going to be her first, second on the team.
And you see right now, I think, NFA is holding their own with the Whalers. It's the rebounding that's killing the Wildcats. New London's had quite a few more shots because of these offensive rebounds.
Pescatello with the steal. Tries to get it to Minor.
That's where she has to learn to take it to the basket herself. She's got the height advantage, and that's what Coach Murphy is showing her, and she'll learn.
So this is number 11, Jazine Torres. Played for New London last year. She's a sophomore here at NFA. Ball's knocked out of bounds. And we have a sub for New London, and I apologize. It's number 22. I do not have a name because I did not see that number in the book. Torres pull the trigger on the inbound. Game is still tied at 2, almost halfway through the first quarter. Dudley with the steal, looking to go coast to coast, and she gets it. Nyara Dudley, her first 2 points of the night.
Yeah, she made the decision that she was just going to take it to the basket.
Yeah, she made that early. Nice pass from Guernsey to Pescatello. Ori's out to Torres. She won't be bashful for 3, and she gets it.
And that's my favorite 3, Mike. You've heard me say it before. What kind of 3?
Inside out.
Love it.
Whoa. It is the little things. Oh, I thought that ball was on the line there. Everybody's on the floor. Jada Harris, Coach Murphy, very adroitly calls a timeout with possession there in a little bit of a pickle there as Jada Harris is rolling around on the floor. Is this a 30-second or is this a full?
30-second.
30-second timeout. So here we are, 5-4 Wildcats with more than halfway through the first period. 1 3-pointer for NFA and 1 2-point basket and 2 2-point field goals for the Whalers.
And the Whalers 2 of 6 early on, and the Wildcats 2 of 4. So a defensive bout, and you can see NFA so much better than they were earlier in the season against the Whalers, not allowing the Whalers to get to the basket. You know, they made that change, you know, somewhere in the first third of the season that they were going to be a zone team. They started off the year playing man. Some changes in the lineup. Pescatello wasn't even seeing varsity time early on. All of a sudden, they find if we put her at the top of the 3-2 zone, whoa, you know, she's got length.
Right.
She's got speed. She's got instincts. I think it's really changed the season putting number 20 at the top of that 3-2 zone.
I also think early on they weren't sure where the offense was going to come from, and there just wasn't a lot of certainty of where the ball was going to go. And you know, I think point-wise, Savannah Guernsey probably leads the team as she attempts a 3-pointer here that's off the side of the backboard. But I think it's also become spread around a lot more now with Pescatello, with Bialowas, and with Guernsey, and with Torres. So there is drastic improvement since December 19th. There's no question about that. And like you said, I love the length of Ori.
And they extended here, full court, 1-2-2.
You know, one of the things I want to touch on at one of the breaks is you were talking about, you know, our depth better than their depth, but New London wanting to run, you know, does our depth help that process? Because New London's not going to go deep. Turnover Whalers.
I definitely think it can, you know, but at the end of the day, we have to convert on the offensive end, but I definitely think it can.
3:15 to go in the first, 5-4. Your Wildcats hold a 1-point lead over the New London Whalers. Savannah Guernsey, Jada Harris, Ori Pescatello, Liv Bialowas, and Jay-Z Torres on the floor for the Wildcats. Willis, Schneider, Dudley, Rivera, and somebody I don't know who's now going on to the bench for Mari Pacheco. So the original starters in for New London, and Sophie Miner checked back in, giving Guernsey a break.
5 turnovers now for the Wildcats. The Whalers have 3.
Sloppy on both ends.
Yes. Or great defense.
Yes. Dudley from the corner. No good. Torres pulls it down, looking for numbers back the other way. She's going to go coast to coast. What a great move. Nobody came out to challenge her.
Yeah, nobody stopped the ball. First rule of basketball. I know Coach Mars Garrick's not going to be happy with that. First rule of basketball, stop the ball.
So Torres comes in with 5 points off the bench. A spark plug.
Yes.
Little Vinnie Johnson, the microwave.
JT.
Pescatello causing havoc at the top. Willis is going to take it on her own, short.
And like I said in the pregame, Mike, limit the Whalers' layup opportunities. That would have been the nightmare scenario early on, but the Wildcats are forcing the Whalers to take jump shots.
Well, that's where, to me, I'm sitting here. If you have Dudley and Rivera on your team, every possession, one of them has to touch the ball at least one time. And that did not happen. Another turnover for the Wildcats. Rivera takes it back the other way for the Whalers. Whalers trailing by 3. 2 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. That's going to be a foul on Bialowas. That's going to be her second.
Yeah, that's a tough one because a lot of time left in this first half. And Liv's going to have to take a seat for at least
midway through the second.
Yeah, I would say at least the rest of this quarter.
Guernsey replaces her. Ball is inbounded to Schneider, no good. Willis started with the rebound. Torres took it away.
Lid on the rim for the Whalers right now. Tough pass.
Turnover number 7.
Yes.
1:47 left to go in the first, 7-4. Wildcats. Here comes New London back the other way. That's Willis. Rivera. Guernsey's on her. Savannah gets a little warning about the hand check, it looked like. Dudley, Rivera, Pacheco, Schneider, Dudley. Shot clock's at 10. Nyara gets all the way through. Nice move, Nyara Dudley, her 4th of the game.
That's what they can't allow to happen. You got to make her go left, and you can't let her go to the basket.
Another sloppy pass from Torres. Caught a break, at least initially, with Pescatello, but then she ended up losing her footing. Travel violation. Turnover number 9, I think.
I got 8.
All right. 8.5, call it even. Either way, it's too many for the first quarter.
Yes.
Yet
yes.
still with a 1-point lead.
Yes. Yeah, just keep playing defense, limit to 1 shot. No drives to the basket.
Guernsey running through a screen from Schneider.
Yep.
Torres is going to pick one up there.
That's where you just got to be so careful with Jada Lease. If you get too close to her, she's going to go by you. You got to contain her. Slide your feet. Keep parallel with her. You try to reach, she's going to teach.
Reach and teach. Under a minute to play in the first. The shot clock is still on. Pacheco's going to launch a 3. That's no good. Schneider comes down with a rebound. I think she stepped out of bounds. She did, right below us with the vantage point.
The eagle eyes of Michael Farrell.
Eagle eye from the crow's nest.
Yes. Had a little Husson Eagle reference, and now
right.
the eagle eye.
Yeah. Be going up to see the Eagles play in a couple of weeks. Torres works off a screen from Harris, little pick and roll, nothing there.
Great man-to-man defense by the Whalers there.
Willis is all over the place. I'm surprised that she's taking it up this easy, but I guess when it puts Rivera in a good position like that for a shot, why not?
And the story of the game, the 2 stories, NFA's turning the ball over way too easily. It's like a bakery out here. But New London has not been able to hit a 3-pointer. They are now 0 of 4 from beyond the arc.
Shot clock is off. We're at 12 here in the oven. The good news there, though, Juice, is Jada Lease Rivera just picked up her 2nd foul.
That's great news.
Great news for the Wildcats. She is not coming out.
No, she's savvy. I think
smart kid. Love to watch her play.
I think she'll be able to play with the 2 fouls.
Harris gets it into Minor. Guernsey's going to launch a 3. No good. Pescatello almost the rebound, but resisted the over the back. Rivera launches at the buzzer. Good if it goes. And it's a miss. So at the end of 1, it would be 7-6 in favor of NFA. A little bit low scoring than we expected. But in the first part of this first quarter break, we are going to roll a commercial from our friends at Dime Bank.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Back inside Alumni Gymnasium, I'm Michael Farrell along with Chris Giusti. This is NFA basketball. Tonight, the girls host the New London Whalers, and at the end of 1, 7-6 NFA. What do you got, Coach?
Well, the shooting woes for New London has really allowed NFA to stay in this game. NFA giving the ball away way too much. 8 turnovers in the first quarter, but New London has not been able to capitalize. 3 of 11 shooting, 0 of 5 from way downtown, and they missed their 2 free throws as well. NFA hasn't attempted a free throw yet, but they were able to connect on the only three-pointer of the game. NFA 3 of 7, 1 of 4 from the three-point line.
No changes in the starters for New London. Out here for Coach Murphy, it's Torres, Pescatello, Minor, Harris, and Guernsey. So Bialois remains on the bench. She had 2 early fouls, a turnover there for the Whalers, and also just to keep an eye on, 2 fouls for Jadalise Rivera, who's number 2 for New London. Another sloppy turnover. Rivera back the other way.
Good transition defense by the Wildcats.
Good steal underneath there by Ori, but the ball's bouncing back and forth. Oh, we got something going on here. Got an injury check or something? I'm not sure what's happening here.
I think the shot clock.
Yeah, it hasn't reset to anything.
Yeah, I think no change of possession they've decided on that quick steal. They just said, nope, we're just going to say New London never lost possession.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 1, Brianna Morin-Sanchez. She's a senior. She replaced Jazine Torres. 10 on the shot clock. Dudley lets a 3 go. No good. Minor comes down with the loose ball. Gets it up ahead to Guernsey. Pops from 15. Can't get it to go, but comes down with her own rebound. Minor, she'll try a long distance 3. That's off the rim. Rebound is battled for. Body's on the floor. That's going to be an alternating possession, and that's going to stay NFA basketball.
A good hustle by the Wildcats. They'll get a 3rd opportunity to score after missing 2 shots this possession.
Shot clock reset. Minor into Morin-Sanchez. No good. Pescatello uses those long arms to control the rebound.
They'll get a 4th chance. 3 offensive rebounds on this possession for the Wildcats, turning the tide here.
Are we still in a bakery?
I mean, we started the quarter with 2 more turnovers, 1 from each team, so I don't know unless you know where else you could buy a turnover. Stop and Shop.
How do we get a popover? Love a good popover.
Stop and Shop is still called the bakery, even though you're in Stop and Shop.
That's fair. Loose ball there. Minor threw it right off the backside of Dudley, who gets it to Rivera and back the other way. 6:48 left to go in the second. 7-6 NFA. Jadalise kicks it out to Willis. She'll try a 3. Doesn't hit anything. Minor comes down with the rebound, and alternating possession. That will stay New London basketball.
Early on, what I've noticed, Jadalise Rivera, number 2 for New London, very unselfish, just playing like a true point guard, finding her teammates' shots. I think at some point she has to be a little bit more selfish.
Kamaya Willis, her 2nd bucket of the game. That puts the Whalers on top 8-7. Nice play there off the inbounds. 6.5 left to see how the Wildcats respond. Guernsey. Savannah's going to drive, throw it up, no good. Oriana Pescatello with the rebound and puts it back in for her 2nd bucket.
Use the backboard. That's what it's there for.
You might call that the dime bank.
I certainly would.
You might call it that.
And a little
Another
interesting
turnover here. Yeah,
there. No unforced error. It's like when tennis, when you have the open court,
the open court, you miss it.
Sail it.
Yeah. Excellent mixing the terms here.
Yeah.
Unforced error.
Yeah.
Jada Harris, a little too strong. Going to have another tie-up.
See, I would love for Jada to get into a spot where she could use that backboard. We haven't seen many bank shot attempts tonight.
Minor's going to inbound the ball. Gets it all the way to Guernsey in the corner. Ball knocked loose. Savannah fighting for it. Dudley comes up with it. And here's Rivera to settle things down. She will launch from 3. No good. Dudley, no good. This is Pacheco. Throws the ball up. Minor can't get her hand on it. Schneider's going to try. Nothing there. Jada Harris settling down with the rebound. Rivera picks her pocket. Oh, and Jada gives it right back. Great play, Jadalise Rivera. Better play, Jada Harris.
Well, she made up for the mistake, so
Gets the crowd into it a little bit.
You can't turn the ball over there one-on-one in the backcourt, but she made up for it with the block, and London still has the ball, though.
And New London throws the ball away.
So no harm, no foul. Now get the ball to a point guard. That's coaching 101. We want to get the ball to the point guard.
We got a lot of 101s tonight.
I mean, we need it, though. I mean,
sometimes you do.
you just need it.
9-8, Wildcats in this defensive turnover struggle.
Yes.
With 5:20 left to go in the first half. Coming up at halftime, we will watch the NFA dance team, and then my special halftime guest will be a member of that dance team, and we'll learn more about the program and the special things that they have going on next week. Ball knocked out of bounds will remain with the Wildcats. Somebody has to realize it's our ball, and they need to take it out. 101. Inbounding 101. Oh, it's funny. Moore and Sanchez to Minor. Sophie's directing traffic. Guernsey's going to try a three. That's no good. Dudley's going to come down with the rebound and another turnover. So overall, Coach, we've had one three-pointer made tonight. That was by NFA. How many total three-pointers have been taken?
Well, New London's taken 6, and NFA's taken 7.
So 1 of 13 overall from three-point range, both teams.
Yes.
Jada Harris trying to work on Kamaya Willis. Jada Lease ties up Jada. Travel. Who even had possession? I would question that one. I think Coach Murphy's trying to question the same thing. How can it be a travel if nobody had the ball?
Turnover number 12 for the Wildcats.
4:53 to go in the half. 9-8 NFA. This is Willis. That's Dudley. Pescatello guarding her with help from Moore and Sanchez. Loose ball.
Gotta just let that one go. Would have been a backcourt.
Willis with a nice pass underneath. Schneider can't get it go. Rips it away from Sophie Minor. That shot's no good. Moore and Sanchez saves the ball. Jada Harris back the other way come the Wildcats. Maybe you're looking at fatigue right now. Nyara Dudley just getting across half court. She was struggling there to, I think, catch a little bit of a wind break. Guernsey loses the handle. Minor back to Guernsey. She'll try a three from the corner. That's no good, but she's going to go to the line for three.
Yeah, got lucky there. Bailed out. Bad closeout. Get 3 chances here from the free throw line.
So that foul's on Joy Schneider. That's her first. And Savannah Guernsey, looking for her first point of the night, is going to get 3 attempts from the line. First one is good. Second one is good. I'm not going to say anything here. We're just going to watch.
We're just going to talk about the weather.
Yeah.
2 feet
Cold.
of snow,
Cold.
minus 7 degrees tonight.
Tomorrow's going to be even colder. Yes, Savannah, 3 for 3 from the line. Puts the Wildcats up 4, the largest lead of the game for anybody tonight. 12-8, halfway through the second quarter. 4 minutes to go before halftime. Dudley harassed.
Another jump ball.
It's got to be like 5 or 6 of those tonight.
Yeah.
I think what New London's getting a little bit here, maybe I'm wrong, is a little bit of their own medicine in terms of the way the Wildcats are swarming to the ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I always feel New London causes chaos. I feel like we're causing chaos.
Well, you got to. You got to figure out what your team is all about.
Rivera says, I'm all about the long-range 3 from the top of the key. Her first points of the night cuts it to 1, 12-11.
She has deep range. Like I said, she's been very unselfish. I think she's going to start to look to shoot more.
Well, she makes it like that. I just feel like she's everywhere. She's like Visa. Problem is, there's 3 people listening that got that joke. Thankfully, you're one of them.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. I laughed at the bakery. You laughed at the Visa.
That's right.
Harris is going to inbound. A little bit of pressure. Overthrows Minor. And back comes Rivera the other way. She's got Dudley, and that's going to be impossible to stop.
And that's what you cannot let happen. Those odd rushes where you get
and things like that.
Yep.
So we were just up 4, 12-8. and now we're down 1 as New London runs off 5 unanswered.
Yeah, it's really those two players. You got to make sure you know where they are. And if they've been doing a good job of letting other people shoot, you got to make sure you find number 1 and number 2.
Torres back in for Morin Sanchez. She tries a 3. It's no good. Minor, wow, very uncharacteristic play there from Jada Lee. Sophie just picked her pocket from behind. Pescatello's going to drive and draw the foul. Good sportsmanship there on both sides. That's going to be on Schneider. That's her second. So we've got 3:13 left in the first half. It is 13-12 New London. Schneider's going to check out with her 2 fouls. I can't see the number coming in. It's like number 5, I think, which is Maya Donenstog. And here come the Whalers back the other way. Rivera, Pacheco, Dudley. Running along the baseline there. Somehow the Wildcats come away with it. Minor up to Guernsey. Oh, had
Good
Pescatello
decision.
there.
Good decision.
Savannah's going to try a 3, no good. So 2 missed 3-point opportunities there, and we're going to get a timeout on the floor from New London. So 2:38 left to go in this first half of this athletic endeavor. 13-12 Whalers. NFA basketball is presented by Dime Bank, sponsored by Norwich Public Utilities, and supported by ProCop Signs. So it looks like we've got a full timeout on our hands. So what are the keys right now? Why did Coach Mars Garrett call that timeout? Was she just looking for rest for her team? She sees something to try to expand the lead here? Get us inside the mind.
I think it just looks chaotic out there. Sometimes you just don't like what you see. You have a bunch of possessions in a row. You want to draw up a play. You want to settle your team down. You know, New London has not played well tonight, but NFA has not been able to take advantage of it, and I think mostly because they are really settling for 3-point shots. 0 of 6 this quarter, 1 of 10. Look to get the ball inside a little bit more, either by passing it inside to your post players or just driving it to the basket. Put the onus on the
official.
Let them make some calls. You know, like you're not usually we did get a foul call on a 3-point shot, but it's rare. You know, you're going to get more opportunities to get to the free throw line if you're taking it to the cup.
Oh, the cup. Very informative tonight. Lots of new language. I got to absorb every one of it in. This is your penultimate broadcast here.
Oh, vocab word.
Rivera, Dudley, Pacheco. Dudley on the corner. Skips it all the way across to Rivera. And Guernsey right out on her. Minor helping with the double. Back to Dudley. They're just playing catch from one side of the court to the other. And that's going to be a travel, and she's not happy with that.
Good
sloppy,
defense.
sloppy, sloppy, sloppy.
Good defense by the Wildcats. They're really making sure that number 1 and number 2 are covered. Trying to make the other girls shoot.
Yep, 6 for Dudley, 3 for Rivera, and 4 for Willis for the Whalers. This is Harris. Saw what she was looking at, but the pass was unable to get where she wanted it to go. Willis comes back the other way. She's doubled, but gets it to Rivera, long range. That bounce is no good. Ball's on the floor. Thought Jada Lease was going right back up with it there. Dudley a little slow to get up on that one. I think she's tired. I think you're talking about the pace and the not deep bench. She hasn't sat a second, and maybe it's starting to show a little bit. Guernsey's going to drive to the basket, and she's going to get to the line for 2. Put the onus on the official.
I mean, they get paid a pretty decent amount. I can tell you what, they get paid a lot more than I'm getting paid for this broadcast.
Look,
so let's make them work a little bit. I mean, let's make them challenge their sight line. You know, let's see if you can pick up something.
I don't know what I have to do. I mean, I'm paying you double what we paid you last year.
Law of 0.
Savannah Guernsey, having made 3 her previous trip to the line, misses both of those, but the Wildcats come down with the rebound. Jada Harris, ball's knocked loose. Jazine Torres.
Yep. Double dribble there.
Good recovery for the ball, but that's where the turnover comes in. 1:20 left to go in the first half. 13-12 Whalers in what can only be described as a sloppy first half of basketball.
Competitive, though, and that's what we like to see.
Still sloppy.
Yep, 100%.
And that's going to go to NFA.
Both teams really locked in defensively, though. It's like they're not taking any. I think NFA may took one play off defensively when they let up on that 2-on-1 break, but both teams really locked in on the defensive end of the court, making the other team work.
Harris was looking for help. Still is. Gets it to Guernsey. Who's that on?
Offensive foul.
On Jada.
It's going to count as a turnover, unfortunately. Number 15 for the Wildcats.
We're under a minute to play in the first half. Rivera. She's going to launch. No good. Dudley sneaks in there for the rebound. Goes right back out to the arc. Back to Rivera. She's got Torres on her. 33 seconds left in the half. 22 on the shot clock. New London with a 1-point lead. Sophie Miner with a steal there. She's going to get it up to Savannah Guernsey. Kamaya Willis, nice play from behind to come in there and cause some interference. Shot clock is off. Game clock is at 18.3. Wildcats trail by 1. We playing for 1 here, Coach?
Absolutely.
Coaching 101. Miner having a hard time getting it in. She does to Torres. Sees a lane. Ball's knocked off, I think, of Dudley. Good sportsmanship again, helping her former teammate and opponent up off the ground. And we're at 11.8. If we weren't playing for 1 before, I think we are now. Miner's going to pull the trigger. She's going to get it out to Guernsey. She's going to drive, try to come up with something, put the onus on the official. Did not work. 5 seconds left. Torres can't get a handle on it. Another turnover for the Wildcats. 2.5 seconds left for the Whalers to try to increase this 1-point lead. Rivera from half court. We saw a half-court shot go in earlier today.
Yes.
Do you know the legend of that story?
I do not.
All right, we'll come to that afterwards. Halftime here in Alumni Gym, the New London Whalers 13, the NFA Wildcats 12. Before we come back with our halftime gal, let's keep it right here, Mr. Betancourt, because we want to see the dance team. I thought we might be able to sneak in a commercial beforehand, but we're going to wait for the dance team to do their thing. Then we're going to run some commercials and give our halftime guest, Marin Ballister, a member of the dance team, a chance to get up here, catch her breath a little bit, and go from there. So if we look at some first half scoring, Jazine Torres leads the Wildcats with 5, Ori Pescatello with 4, and Savannah Guernsey with 3. That brings us to 12. New London in just a second, and now we'll pause for the dance team. The NFA dance team starting off our halftime entertainment. Now let's take a couple of words from our sponsors. First, we'll hear from Norwich Public Utilities.
Hello, my name is Jeff Brining. I'm the 14th General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities. In addition to providing life essential services to the community of Norwich in gas, water, sewer, and electric, we're also very focused on providing value to the community. We do this through competitive rates, exceptional reliability, exceptional customer service, and involvement in our community. So I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
And up next,
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's who we are. Local communities made up of customers, families, and friends. Business owners invested in helping their communities thrive. Dedicated employees committed to giving back in ways that go beyond banking. If your banking relationship leaves you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
all right, and we are back at halftime. Thank you again, NPU. Thank you, Dime Bank. Thank you, NFA Dance Team. Marin Ballister, our special guest, still catching her breath after that performance. Are you ready to go?
I guess.
So, you guys, I call you the best halftime show in the ECC. And I think that stuck. Like, did you guys take pride in that? I mean, that was awesome.
I mean, yeah, we do a lot of work. Like with it, our practice schedule is pretty rigorous alongside with like nationals right around the corner. So things kind of like, I think we do take a lot of pride in this because these things get thrown together so quickly. So you really got to be on top of your stuff.
So let me ask you a long question here so you can catch your breath a little bit more. So what I want to understand, Marin, is the difference between the dance team, what you guys just did now, then your competitions that you go to, and then including like nationals. I mean, this is kind of a big deal, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like there's not a crazy difference. It's just every single one of them, we're performing for a crowd. This one obviously doesn't have as high a stakes because we're not competing against anyone.
You're just entertaining for us
yeah.
tonight, right?
So when we go to nationals, it's pretty like tough because you're under so much pressure and you have to like focus on not being like locked in and not looking at the other teams because it always like kind of like pushes you away.
So how you leave on Wednesday?
Yes.
And you'll be in Florida for how long?
Till Monday. I don't know how many days is that, 5?
I think so. So how many different how many categories are there that we're entered in? Do you know?
We are in 2.
Okay.
We are a medium varsity pom and a small varsity hip hop, I believe.
Okay, so each one of those has multiple rounds. How does the process work?
So there is, I think it's prelims, semis, and then finals, and you are either in A group or B group.
Okay.
It's randomly selected, like whatever. We could be up against some like crazy school.
Sure.
And basically, you go out there, you perform, you get judged, you get your score, and then later on, you find out whether or not you made it. I don't know how many teams it's between.
Sure.
Maybe like 20 schools get picked out of like 100 or something.
Right. So we went last year, correct?
Yes.
So what are we trying to improve on this year?
Well, so this year we're going to a different competition.
Okay.
So we don't know what to expect, but we're hoping to, it is about winning, but it's also about improving your scores and doing better than the last time.
So let's talk about like dance in general here, because there's a gajillion dance classes. There's dance company, there's dance team, there's showcases, there's all this stuff. How would you define like the dance program and what's offered here to somebody that, you know, is an 8th grade dancer? What would you say?
I would say we are a group of very talented people. Like, we work very hard to get to where we are. We train countless hours because we're not only just like, if you're a part of dance team, you're not only a part of dance team, you're probably a part of dance company, or like you're in her program classes throughout the day.
Right.
And dance company does happen throughout the day, so you're constantly dancing, and it's definitely pretty rigorous, and it's definitely like takes a lot of time, and you have to be committed. You have to understand how to time manage, but it really it prepares you for your future.
But you also don't have to be on the super competitive side, right? Like I could just come in and bust my moves in the hip hop class.
Oh yeah, Of course.
I mean,
can.
you've seen them, so
But
you know I
so
can do it.
We hold like our showcases.
Yep.
Where we have 3 showcases. We have our production, and that is just dance company honors ensemble and just dance company honors. And we have our winter showcase, which is all of her program classes and dance company. And then we have the spring showcases, which is also all of her dance classes and dance company.
So you might not compete, but you'll always perform.
Yes.
All right, so my question is this. How do you remember all this stuff? You probably know, what, 20 routines right now?
Yeah.
Like
Probably more from like loading up from like my muscle memory.
That's what, is it muscle memory? Like, how do you do it?
I have absolutely no idea. I will say that before I came here, I definitely wasn't as strong in like that department. Like, it was hard, like things you have to adjust, and she definitely prepares you to be able to pick stuff up quick because you're always, things come quick at you.
Right.
Like we could have like say we had the pep rally today. If we didn't have a dance, we could have whipped it up maybe Wednesday or Thursday, and you had to know it for today. Things are constantly changing. Or before we go on stage at nationals or like any of our competitions, sometimes we have to change moves right in warm up 5 minutes before we go on the stage.
That's the part that just blows my mind. I watch you guys all throughout the year and how many different routines you know, and I just think it's crazy. Look, we got to go. I appreciate you coming up here. I appreciate you catching your breath so fast. I love seeing you guys and the work that you do. Rooting hard for you in Florida.
Thank you.
Go NFA Dance. Thanks for being here, and good luck the rest of your senior year.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Marin Ballister, a member of our dance team, heading to Florida with her teammates for national competition this week. Gets to miss a few days of the cold by going down to sunny Florida and hopefully bringing back some good things for the NFA community, because there is a lot of pride in what that dance program does.
Absolutely. It's a lot of entertainment, a lot of hard work, and we're proud of those Wildcats.
Could you do that? Could you do the moves that they do?
No.
And I swear, I don't know how they remember them from dance to dance. That's the biggest thing. Anyway, we got a basketball game. It is 13-12 Whalers in a defensive turnover, chaos-filled first half that found the Wildcats with the biggest lead of the night with 4 before New London quickly ran off 5 to take the 1-point lead they have right now. On the floor for the Wildcats, that's Guernsey, Pescatello, Bialois back in after collecting 2 early fouls. Jazine Torres stepping out of bounds right in front of us, and Jada Harris. For the Whalers, Joy Schneider, Mari Pacheco, Kamaya Willis, Jada Lise Rivera, and Nyara Dudley, the same starting 5. Here we go, Coach.
That was turnover number 17 for the Wildcats. So unfortunately, that was the big story in the first half and not corrected at halftime.
Dudley finds her first 2 of this half. She had 6 in the first half to lead the Whalers. Rivera had 3 and Willis had 4. So now New London with its biggest lead of the game, which is 3. Traveling violation.
Yeah, one of the things we didn't really talk about a lot is Bialois did not play the second quarter, so Coach Murphy deciding to rest her with the 2 fouls or protect her with the 2 fouls. So,
do you think that would have been different had the score maybe gotten a little, more of advantage for New London?
100%. So now she's free to play with 3 fouls, and so hopefully that'll give NFA more of an offensive boost.
Whalers can't get the bucket. Torres pulls down the rebound, throws it ahead to Guernsey. On the line, turnover number 19.
Yeah, 3 straight possessions, 3 straight turnovers for the Wildcats. Really struggling with this New London pressure defense.
Which I feel like in the first half they did early and then they settled down a little bit. And they're trying to create some pressure of their own. Dudley to Schneider. That's Pacheco. Shot no good. Ball's bouncing around. Out of bounds. NFA basketball.
Yeah, I mean, the reason why it's working for NFA is because New London has their primary players in back of the press. So when they throw it up to break the press, there's nobody who could finish. And if New London could find a way to get Dudley or Rivera up ahead in the back line, then maybe they would have some better offensive scoring opportunities. But they might not be able to put anybody behind the press.
Harris, Torres tries a three. That's no good. And back comes Nayara Dudley to Jada Rivera. NFA had a week off before playing this game because we had a game moved because of the snow. Does that kind of gap have any impact on a team?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you got a little bit of rust, and obviously, you know, it's not that they were able to get a bunch of practices in a row. They practiced Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, but it's not the same as live competition.
Right.
Yes.
And they go a week again before their next game.
Mm-hmm. And then they have a bunch of back-to-back. They had a bunch of back-to-backs in the beginning of the season. They'll have some back-to-backs coming up. A weird schedule. The way that schedules are now, it's not traditional Tuesday, Friday.
Remember, it was always Tuesday, Friday, right?
Friday.
And it would be girls here and boys there, right?
Yep.
Or certainly it would try to.
Yeah.
Third foul on Joy Schneider for the Whalers. Bialois throws the ball away. Rivera comes back the other way. Savannah Guernsey picks up the foul. Jade Elise Rivera picks up the bucket. And she's going to go to the line for the traditional three-point play. Sophie Miner's going to check in for NFA. She's going to replace Jada Harris.
Yeah, just a killer turnover there. Threw to a spot. In basketball, you rarely throw to a spot. It's not like football where you throw to a spot and cover grounds. You got to find those hands, and threw to a spot. And that was a layup and a foul waiting to happen when Jada Lease gets it in the open court.
Another turnover. Rivera Bialois says thank you very much, but not on my watch. Second big block of the night for the Wildcats. Jada Harris had one earlier, which again was off a turnover, prevented a bucket. So we'll see what happens tonight, or on this possession. Pacheco's going to pull the trigger for the Whalers. Rivera top of the key, looking to expand on 17-12, a 5-point New London lead right now. Mari Pacheco launches a three, and she gets it. That's her first bucket of the game, and I'm starting to wonder, are we in must-score possession right now with an 8-point deficit?
Definitely in must-shot possession. We've had the ball now 7th possession of the quarter and only have attempted one shot.
This is Torres. She's going to drive on Rivera, and we're going to get a block on Schneider. That's going to be her fourth, so she's going to have to come out now.
NFA's got to go to work now with Schneider coming out. They got to get the ball inside to Bialois and Pescatello or drive it in with the guards. Can't keep settling for jump shots. This is your time to feast on the youth inside for New London.
Miner gets an inbound to Torres. She's going to launch a three. No surprise, no good. Rebound, Willis. Shooting percentage for the Wildcats is awful, and for the Whalers it's improving, but still not great. Miner with the rebound, gets it up to Guernsey. She's going to drive to the basket. Somehow Jada Elise Rivera managed to get the ball out of Savannah's control there, but team offensive rebound, Wildcats.
Yeah, good hustle by Sophie Miner to get that offensive rebound. There's
nice
a
pass, Miner to Bialois. We're going to call that the dime of the game right there, Coach.
And a great play call on the baseline out of bounds, the blob play.
Oh, yes, the old blob. Sophie Miner hits Liv Bialois. Liv's first 2 points of the game on the dime of the game from Dime Bank. Torres off the bank, no good. Pescatello, no good. Rebound. Waiting for a call there, and finally it's going to be alternating possession to New London.
Got a couple of shots at the basket. I think, Coach Curlin used to have a call, strong. He would just yell strong, and it wasn't a play call, but it was just
attitude.
You have to go to the basket. No more jump shots. So keep running your offense until you get an opportunity to go to the basket. Now back then there was no shot clock.
I said that could take you 6 minutes, right?
Well, not 6 minutes,
well,
but not with the shot clock. But we haven't been close to a shot clock violation tonight.
Explain to me how that was not a travel on Kamaya Woods with that jump step.
The referees didn't call it.
22-14. Whalers more than halfway through the third quarter. This is Torres. She's going to try another three. You think the odds are they're going to start to fall, but that is not happening.
That's what they think when you go to the casino
That's
and
right.
keep betting on the number 3.
Keep betting on black.
If I keep betting on 3, it's going to eventually hit.
So that foul's on number 22 for New London. Now, I don't know who that player is because she was not in the book that I saw, but she is now going to the bench as Dudley comes back in after a short break. Minor up top to Bialois.
Good take.
She's going to drive. Right hand off the glass. No good. Own rebound. No good. Rivera comes out of the pack with it. Looking to expand to go to a 10-point lead here. Travel. Wildcat basketball.
And I know that the result on the scoreboard hasn't improved, but the last couple possessions, the decisions and the shot selection has improved.
Well, the shots have been there. Right?
You just got to keep going to that. You can't keep settling for threes. You got to keep going to the basket. Try to get interior touches.
Minor to Guernsey. Drives baseline, trying to put the onus on the official. Not that time. Willis looking to go coast to coast for the Whalers. Thought we might have a chance at an offensive foul there, but no call. Pescatello's hold. I was in position. She's trying to sell it. Not working. 2:53 left to go in the third. 22-14 New London. Dudley. That will remain Whalers basketball with 19 left on the shot clock. Guernsey's going to take a break as Harris checks back in. Harris, Pescatello, Bialois, Torres, and Minor. NFA had an early lead, has fallen behind now. This is the largest lead of the game for either team. 8 points for the Whalers. Rivera from the key, front rim. It's not Schneider, that's Donenstrong. We got alternating possession there, which has got to be like our 15th one of the game. Are you old school? Do you want the jump ball there?
I mean, I would love to see that.
Right, I want the jump ball.
I would love to see that.
How do we make that happen? Who do we have to write to?
It's not going to happen.
I know. But, man, I love that.
Yeah,
Minor, Harris. To your point about finding a way to get off the backboard, loses the handle. Rivera back the other way. Minor faces her. Jada Lease, wow, in and out. You can't get much more in and out than that. And Dudley ties up Pescatello. Ball remains with the Whalers.
Another tie-up.
And that's going to be a timeout taken by New London. Hey, Wildcat fans, nothing beats cheering on the local team, whether it's basketball or banking. Dime Bank, based in Norwich since 1869, is proud to be the presenting sponsor for NFA boys and girls basketball. Dime Bank, community banking, lives here. For more than 120 years, Norwich Public Utilities has been committed to making Norwich a great place to live, work, and do business. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, you can always count on NPU. NPU is very excited to sponsor NFA basketball this season. Go Wildcats.
Big game for the Wildcat boys tomorrow night.
Tomorrow
Mike.
night, we will be back in this same spot for what we expect to be a full house. Decent crowd tonight, too. And as we welcome the Griswold Wolverines into the Wildcat Den to face off against NFA. But now it's the Whalers and the Wildcats. Dudley's going to try a three. That's no good. Willis pulls down the rebound, 22-14 New London. 2 minutes left in the third. Rivera, no contact from long range. Out of bounds, New London. NFA ball.
Yeah, still time. I mean, plenty of time, and New London has not shown the propensity to put the ball in the basket with any kind of consistency. So we just got to get a couple shots to fall.
Torres looked like she wanted to pass the ball to Bialowas underneath. Instead, tied up again. Yeah, it was a little slow on the take over there on the table for the alternating possession. Second time tonight. This one it was caught. However, it was not caught the first time, except by yours truly. I think this is a must-score possession, Coach.
I disagree.
All right, well.
Still the third quarter. You got to get stops, so you got to continue to get stops. But what I just want to see is shots keep going up. You got to get shots going up. Stop the turnovers. End every possession with a shot. That was one of the first things that I tried to teach my teams early in the season. Is we got to get a shot every possession.
Minor to Harris.
There we go.
Put the onus on the official.
Yeah, get a shot up, It's those little things, learning that you got to get a shot up, okay? Now you got to get good shots up, okay? Now you got to make the shots, but you can't get to that third step unless you're at step one.
Jada Harris, step one is make the first free throw, and she did it. Step two next here for Jada. Good save there by Willis. Shots off the rim, a rebound to the Whalers. 22-15, 1 minute and 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Wildcats looking for a stop. Trying to contest the Whalers, not allowing Rivera or Dudley to throw up long range. Wow, I thought Torres knocked that ball.
I did too. What this game is lacking is a ball fake. There was once a famous Saturday Night Live skit, I have a fever and the only prescription is more cowbell.
Right.
You need more ball fakes. Stop throwing the ball
away
into the stands.
It's interesting because you mentioned one of the first things you said about Jada Lease tonight was that she's like a walking ball fake, right? That she uses all parts of her head and in a way to get that advantage. And you're right, we have not seen much of it from either side. That is a long-range three. And New London is going to find themselves at the line. The foul, I believe, is going to be on Pescatello. Nope, it's on Liv by Lois. That's her third. This is Mia Donenstorg at the line getting 2 shots for New London, looking to expand their 7-point lead.
She was in good position there. Wild miss often leads to a strange rebounds, but you got to have good position. And if they not boxing her out that time. Soft touch at the free throw line.
Donenstorg makes 2, and we're up by a 9-point lead now for the Whalers, large to the game. Torres, Pescatello, back to Torres. Somebody's got a move there. Bialowas loses the ball out of bounds.
Yeah, NFA just struggling to dribble the ball against the New London ball pressure. Got to look to do something to free up some cutters, set some back screens away from the ball to get people open.
All right, turnover Whalers. The Wildcats come the other way. Torres is looking inside, going to work off a screen from Pescatello. Give and go, not going to work there.
See, I think as Pescatello gets more confident in her game, she'll learn that that's a mismatch there. And she's just got to find a way to get it to the hoop when she's got an ISO out there. She's tall, but she has guard skills. And obviously, as we know, in college basketball, her height is a 1 or a 2 guard. So she has to continue to evolve and realize that defender is not going to be quick enough to stop her.
So she makes 1 of 2, but we've got a violation. let me ask you this. Is this a third shot?
No, the second
It's
shot
still the
doesn't
second
count.
shot.
Yes. So
And
2 of
she
2.
takes advantage. And the Wildcats are 6 of 9 overall from the line as the lead gets cut to 7. Pacheco's going to try 3 to put him up double digits, no good. Minor comes down with a rebound, Pescatello. Back to Minor, 8 seconds left. Can NFA make something happen? We got a foul call here?
They did, and that'll put NFA at the line.
And that's going to be the first foul on Dudley. So this looks like Torres is going to go to the line. She has not been here tonight. As I mentioned, the Wildcats are 6 of 9. Jayzine's first one is good, gives her 6 points for the night. She is tied for the leading scorer for NFA. It's a 6-point lead, and it would be nice to be a 5-point lead. No good. Foul on Jada Harris. Wildcats not over the limit, so New London will inbound the ball with 5.2 left to play. And based on this, they're not going to get a shot off.
Oh, contraire.
And not too far. So I'm going to tell you the half-court shot story when we come back after seeing this commercial from our friends at Norwich.
I'm Jeff Brining, General Manager of Norwich Public Utilities, and I just want to wish the Wildcats a wonderful basketball season. Go Cats!
All right. Thank you, NPU, for your support, and also our friends at ProCop Signs. NFA basketball is proudly supported by ProCop Signs, locally owned and family operated since 1964. Vehicle wraps and lettering, wide format printing, banners, posters, and more. Located in Taffville. Learn more at procopsigns.com. So as you know, Coach, today was Winter Pep Rally. So since we cannot fit the entire school in this gym, we had the juniors and seniors for one and the freshmen and sophomores from the other. During the junior and senior session, Coach Bakulis and Coach Turgeon challenged one person to come down to make a half-court shot. And if that shot was good, they promised to buy slushies from the Cat Shack for every member of that class. NFA quarterback with a gun for an arm, Aaron Driscoll, casually walked to the half-court line, casually threw up the ball, nothing but net.
Wow.
Bakulis and Turgeon on the hook for 525 slushies.
Wow.
Legendary half-court shot. 24-18, 6-point lead for the Whalers as we enter the fourth. Can the Wildcats make a move to cut into this lead and get back into it? And there's a good start with a turnover from the Whalers.
Yeah, and the Whalers took care of the ball a little bit better that quarter, but starting off with a turnover here, they have 15 for the game.
So New London outscored NFA, 12-5 in that third quarter to extend their lead to 8, or to 6 rather. Bialois, Torres lost the handle but quickly recovered. Shot clock at 12. Carry.
Yep, and that's going to be turnover number 26 for the Wildcats, unofficially.
Unofficially, officially, either way, it's too many. I feel like if we go back to that sort of midpoint of the third quarter where you notice the offense is starting to change, we get a couple buckets to fall here, like maybe this 3-on-1 opportunity, which is now a 3-on-3 opportunity. You know, we need the momentum. We need 2 buckets in a row on 2 possessions in a row.
There it is.
Minor into Pescatello.
Oh.
Too strong. Willis with the rebound. She will pop from 12, no good. Dudley, rebound knocked away from her into the hands of Jada Harris. Bialois running the floor. Harris is going to take it on her own. Put the onus on the official. Nothing for anybody there except a rebound for the Whalers. Three-point bomb from Pacheco's no good. Harris with the rebound to Torres. She's got numbers. Minor, Pescatello tries to draw the contact. 2 possessions in a row, unfulfilled. And that's what I was talking about. Those 2 drop. We got ourselves a different game right
Absolutely, absolutely.
now. So the opportunities were there. Another loose ball. New London has control. Liv's got to be careful. She's got 3. Dudley's going to launch 3. No good. Out of bounds off Torres. Guernsey's going to check back in. She's going to give Pescatello a break, who I think is gassed. I'm guessing a quick breather for her before we'll see her back in the game. Maybe Guernsey will be the one to catch the hot hand. She certainly has the range. We've seen her bury quite a few threes. A couple games ago, the Wildcats made 10. Rivera knifes her way through, and Jadalise Rivera scores a bucket to increase this lead back to 8. Wildcats need to find some offense. It's going to be a foul on Pacheco. Her first, NFA ball underneath. 525 slushies, courtesy of coaches Pakulis.
What do those go for? $1.50?
$1.50. That's $780.
Wow.
And you know how those heads of department get paid. I'm sure they're not going to have any trouble there.
Coach Pakulis, he's a principal. He's
Yeah,
big time.
Big time, yeah.
He's big time. He should just cover for Turgeon.
I think he probably will.
I hope they're listening. Good. And
another turnover for the Wildcats. That's going to be a foul on Guernsey, I believe, and it's going to send Rivera to the line. It's Savannah's 3rd foul. Rivera's going to go for 2. She's been there 1 time and missed it, and she has a chance right now to put her team up 10. This is her 2nd. Jadalise Rivera, she's a junior. We got 1 more year of her. Fun to watch play. One of the top guards in the conference for sure. And she gets that one, make it a 9-point lead. And her 8th point of the game. 27-18, 5:20. Wildcats need a bucket. Instead, they get a turnover.
you know what I'm really impressed with? Every time, there's been a million turnovers, right, tonight.
50.
Every time the player looks to the bench, the coach just says, yeah, you did. Both coaches are like, yeah, you did.
Mari Pacheco gets her 2nd bucket of the night, and that's going to force a timeout from Coach Murphy as the Wildcats fall down now 29-18 here in the 4th quarter. I don't want to say things are slipping away, but things are slipping away.
It's getting late early.
Don't worry, you can't get a ticket because nobody goes there anymore.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's just crazy. So if we do look ahead a little bit in terms of the Wildcats, as I mentioned, they haven't played in a week since the game against Fitch was a victim of the storm.
Mm-hmm.
And they will now go on the road next weekend to Windsor.
Next Friday.
Next Friday, yes. And the Whalers will go home on Tuesday against the Falcons. And that will be an interesting game to see there. So we got some road trips ahead. We got Windsor, we got Conard.
Yeah, and I think right now, handicapping the girls' side of things, I think you hit the nail on the head early in the broadcast. For the 5 people that listen to the pregame show, they heard that you said Ledyard girls are the favorite, and I agree with that. I think Woodstock is the
Solid.
2nd team.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I think I thought, I know this might just be an off night for New London. I thought New London would be a little bit more potent on offense. NFA has shown as they give up a steal there.
Well, I think what's frustrating about this is you're right. I think this is an off night for New London, and we had the opportunity to take advantage of that, and so far haven't been able to do so.
But I think what I'm noticing, and it can all change if Jade, Elise, and Nyara get hot, but there isn't a lot of other options for the Whalers right now to score. And I think those other teams that we mentioned have more options to score, especially Ledyard. And they have pretty much the best player in the league in Maggie Dykes. So I would handicap them at 1 and Woodstock at 2, and then I would put Fitch and New London at battling for that 3 spot, but certainly capable of getting into the finals.
Another turnover for the Wildcats. Rivera, another bucket and good. She's turning it on now and she has to.
Well, you see what she can do in open space, and that's why like the zone was really good at containing her, and her three-point shot is off tonight, and she kept settling for threes. But when she makes the decision that she's going to go to the basket, and she has only one person that's guarding her, she has the savvy. Even though she doesn't have the size, she has the savvy to get it to the basket.
She can't make her free throw, so the lead is 15. I think the challenge here is NFA scored 6 points in the second half. Now, we also only had 12 in the first half. So we know the shooting percentage, we know the turnovers. But they were there.
Absolutely. And it's mostly because, the three-point shots are not falling. Like New London, certainly if they hit 25% of their threes, they'd have 50 points right now. That's how many threes they've shot.
Torres, shot blocked. Minor with the rebound. Foul's going to be on Schneider. I think that's going to be 5 for her.
25% shooting is not good, but if they shot 25% from 3, they'd be up 30. And that's what's kept NFA in the game. Unfortunately, they're closing in on more turnovers than shot attempts, which that's almost unheard of.
It is 33-18. There is 4 minutes left to play in this contest. The Wildcats right now just need to work on having a good possession and getting a good shot, and it's not happening there.
It's just a relentless ball pressure from the Whalers. They're always there. They're always on the ball. And that's a staple of Keoka's defense. She's going to preach defense, and there they break the press with an easy layup. And that's what I mentioned before. If they get Nyara or Jada on the other side of the press, they're going to have scoring opportunities.
Alternating possession will stay NFA ball. Dudley now has 10, and Rivera has 12. So they have 2/3 of the Whalers' points. Bialowas can't get that one to go, and Rivera comes down with a rebound. I mean, you talk about, we've talked about Jade Elise, nice drive there, can't get it to go. You talked about Maggie Dykes. A lot of good guard play in this conference. Sine Waters from Fitch, who we know has got a scholarship offer to Central waiting for her.
Yep.
And then I think who might be the best of the bunch is Emily Saucier in Woodstock.
Yes, the athletic director's daughters, Saucier.
Saucier, yes.
Yep.
I like to go
She's
with
good.
the French.
I like Nyara. I think, I think if she makes a conscious effort to say, I'm going to limit my three-point shots, and I'm really going to use my athleticism to go to the rack more. Unfortunately, she's coming up a little gimpy here. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Seems like a cramp the way they were first responding to it.
I just like, she has a little bit more length than Jade Elise, and kind of like what we're talking about with Oriana Pescatella. She has some length,
some wingspan.
That she can cause problems, but I think a lot of players today, both boys and girls, they fall in love with that three-point shot, and coaches have realized that, so you see more and more 3-2 zone, which gives up a lot of corner threes, but the coaches are willing to roll the dice that those aren't going in.
Based on the care Dudley's getting on the bench, I'm going to guess it's a cramp situation. Looks like they're just trying to stretch her out a little bit there.
It's our trainer Lisa from Athletic Training Solutions.
3:09 left, 35-18. Whalers have blown this one open. Pescatello can't get that one to go. By Lois loses the ball out of bounds.
And, you know, Coach Murphy just letting the girls play through some growing pains here. And no seniors out here. Oh, no, you got one senior. Only one senior out here on the floor right now, so learning. Got to keep grinding.
That shot's no good for New London. Pescatello comes down with a rebound. Minor tries to get it all the way up to Guernsey. Savannah, no field goals tonight. So she's going to get back to the line for what will be her 6th and 7th attempt. And I think one of the things is NFA can't win a game without a field goal from Savannah Guernsey.
100%, and they're going to have to find ways to get easier field goals as well.
That free throw's no good. In fact, if you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, NFA only has 5 field goals. Guernsey, second shot. Savannah makes that. She is 4 for 7 from the line. Minor will head to the bench, and she's replaced by Jada Harris. So it is 35-19 with 2:35 left to go in this basketball game. Willis going to try a 3, no good. A rebound by Donnenstorg, no good. Gets her own rebound, no good. In the hands of Pescatello to Torres, and here come the Wildcats. Something about this New London team. So earlier in the year, we only scored 24 in the first game. That was our lowest offensive output of the season, and it looks like we're going to be in a repeat mode for that here. I think a combination tonight of chaotic defense and, of course, the turnovers and the missed shots. Harris back the other way. Working on Willis from in the paint, no good. Pescatello, there's what we're looking for right there.
And she kind of looked to the heavens like, finally. I've been working all night.
Yeah, she's been working really hard under there. I think that's the encouraging thing.
Yeah, and the fact that she's a 10th grader and works so hard, just got a 10-second violation. You know, you gotta hang your hat on some of these positives. Like I said, you automatically qualify for the state tournament in Division I. Keep grinding here. Maybe steal a couple wins. Make a run in the ECC. Keep building every day.
Brick by brick. No pun intended, of course, tonight for some of the shooting performances on either team. Guernsey will try again. You know, she's got the closer's mentality. There's no question about that. She's open, she shoots.
Well, good shooters have bad memories.
14-point lead for the Whalers here in the bakery. 1:28 left to go in the game. They're going to start using that.
I mean,
well, look, tomorrow night there's going to be, you know, almost 1,000 people in here.
Yeah.
It's going to be hot.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like a bakery, like an oven.
Yeah. Hopefully not as many turnovers.
Popovers. Croissants. Willis somehow gets the ball for New London. She's going to try to go coast to coast, but she's going to pass it off. Offensive foul. Sophie Minor playing to the end.
Yep.
Draws the foul there. Smart player, Sophie Minor. Great athlete.
Competitor. You know, if this NFA team goes on to bigger and better things in future years, it will be in no small part because they got a leader like Sophie to learn how to play hard through the end, no matter if you're winning or losing.
Rivera, no good. So fun to watch Minor on the volleyball court. That's where I love to watch her play. Now she's just...
It's one of those nights,
It's
man.
one of those nights.
It's one of those nights. But that's a real thing, you know, senior leadership. I was, when we went 23-0, I always credited a team that I had 2 years earlier with a bunch of seniors and who groomed a young Mason Jackson when he was a freshman into how to do things the right way all the time and play hard all the time. And, that's what Sophie's given to these girls right now.
Guernsey gets on the board with a field goal and takes the Wildcats to 23. It's a 12-point game now with 10 seconds left. Doubtful New London is going to shoot the ball as we go under 8. So our final is going to be 35-23 New London. This is going to put the Whalers at 10-3, and it's going to put the Wildcats at 5-9. And if we look at scoring for New London, 9, 10, 12 points from Rivera, 10 from Dudley, 6 from Willis, 5 from Pacheco, and 2 from Donenstone. For the Wildcats, 6 from Guernsey, 1 from Harris, 6 from Torres, 8 from Pescatello, and 2 from Bialois. So we are expecting Coach Murphy to come up. He knows, hopefully he's going to remember. And, we are grateful for Dime Bank, our presenting sponsor, and Norwich Public Utilities, our other sponsor, and our support from ProCop Signs. So as Coach Murphy makes it up here, I figure out what I'm going to ask him tonight, Coach. I know what I'm going to ask him.
Oh, okay. I was going to give you some tips, but
give me one.
Well, I mean, how do you keep the girls positive?
Right, sorry. What's the positive takeaway from tonight?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's the first question.
Okay, well then we're on the same page.
Yeah. Oh, he's got a fan club.
Well, that's my daughter. My daughter doesn't know that Coach Murphy
is coming up.
We're on a time constraint here.
Maybe you could share that message with her.
I will.
Live broadcast, and can't stop the coach on the way up. Coach Wes Murphy, tough one tonight.
Oh yeah, tough one. New London's a good team.
Yeah,
they're a good team, and it showed down the stretch. We just got unorganized, and we didn't look our best towards the end.
So let me ask you this: in a game that was marred with turnovers and bad shooting percentage, but you were there, right? You had some opportunities. What do you take away from this one? What do you tell the girls at practice tomorrow? And what's the positive thing that we're pulling out of a game like this?
They never give up.
Right.
That is one thing. They'll never give up, no matter how far. And we've seen it at the beginning of the year that we've been down, and they're just relentless. They're relentless. So with a game like this, you just tell them to keep fighting, keep doing the good things, stay to our basics, and we're going to continue to work. So we'll get back in the gym tomorrow. I
think they felt it. I mean, Pescatello was a little frustrated down here with trying to go after some of her layups. Then when one of them dropped, she kind of looked like, thank God, finally, I know I can do this.
Absolutely. And that's what we're harping on. Just continue to trust yourself, believe in yourself, because everything is right there. The intangibles are there. It's just some nights they're not working for us, and sometimes it's just not falling.
We appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. I know you got to go talk to the team. We got a game next week at Windsor. But Coach Wes Murphy, thanks for coming up. Tough loss here for the Wildcats, facing the Whalers 35-23. Coach Giusti's going to be back here. We're going to give some parting thoughts and wrap this baby up, and we'll be back with you before too long. So I think, you called it exactly what he was going to say. It's like you've done this before. It's like you knew what would happen here.
Well, I mean, that's unfortunately not everybody can have an undefeated team or a team that wins all their games, most of their games every year. This is part of coaching, and the growing pains you hopefully learn from. And the most important part of sports, not to sound cliche though, but the most important part of sports is learning to deal with adversity. And that's why especially youth sports is so important to our young learners and our young people, because it's not always going to go your way, and you got to learn how to cope with it. You lean on each other, you find the positives in things, and you make things better. You set goals for yourself to get better, because if you don't set goals for yourself to get better, then everybody else is just going to pass you by.
I was reading something today, and this is going to surprise you. I was reading a speech that Denzel Washington gave at a commencement, and the theme of the speech was fall forward. That you are going to fail, but you need to fall forward and take advantage of the disadvantage that you were given and figure out how to go better. Like, you can't expect to go through and do everything perfectly. Something bad is going to happen. How do you recover from it? Fall forward.
Absolutely, and what I always used to tell my teams is, Wildcats, they don't stay on the ground. They bounce back up. That's the nature of being a cat. You pounce back up. So you're going to get knocked down, but you're not going to stay down. You're going to pounce back up because you're a Wildcat.
I love that. 35-23, New London Whalers with a 12-point victory here over the Wildcats. Coach Juicy and I will be back tomorrow night when the boys will host the Griswold Wolverines. Sort of cats on cats in what should be a full house, should be a great game. You can see right here our other games coming up on the schedule. After that, we got 8 total, so we got a few more after this. We have to thank Mark Betancourt. He's been with us making all the magic happen behind the scenes. We could not do this without Mark and his partner, Dan Simino, but Mark has been with us for the first 2, and I believe we have him with us tomorrow. But until tomorrow at approximately 7 o'clock, signing off from Alumni Gym, thanking our sponsors from the presenting sponsor, Dime Bank, and Norwich Public Utilities and ProCop Signs. For the coach, Chris Giusti, I'm Mike.